Welcome back to Transaction Care, the number one real estate show on the market. I'm your host, Lillian Hernandez, your resident care coordinator. Let's get started. As you see from the title of this video, it's going to be all about how to build your confidence as a transaction coordinator. And honestly, this can help you in any area of your life. So if you've been following along, you know a little bit about my journey. I've been working in real estate since 2004, and I've been pretty much in every role you can be in a real estate office position. I've been admin, assistant, marketing, transaction coordinator, part-time transaction coordinator, full-time transaction coordinator, office manager, you name it. I've helped with training realtors when they come in, doing presentations, all of that. So, how do I build my how did I build my confidence as a transaction coordinator? Well, one, working at an office really helped my confidence. Being within the business, you get a inside behind the scenes glimpse as to how it all goes down, how homes get sold, how homes get purchased, all of that. You have you have access to people that do this. You have access to people that do this on a regular basis. So I was able to ask questions all the time. Like, well, why did you choose this property? How did you meet these clients? How did you get here, get there, all of that? And when it came to the paperwork, fortunately, I was trained under one of the best transaction coordinators I've ever met. I don't know if she's still in business, but hi, if you're watching this, you know who you are. She trained me before she left the company, and um, although the training wasn't at great lengths, I do wish I had a little bit more time to learn the ropes, but she gave me the basics, and I just kind of took it from there and haven't stopped since. Um, I failed a lot. I failed a lot. I want to say I probably became a better transaction coordinator um, in the last couple of years. I don't think I was, I think I was good at my job. I think I was able to do everything I needed to do in terms of the basics, but when it came to time management and communication, I definitely wasn't the best at that. And there are days I find myself kind of, falling off, but I do my best to find my way back. And those are habits I had to learn along my journey. I'm 4 years into doing this as a solopreneur, as someone running her own company, and being a solo transaction coordinator. I'm learning every single day. So never think that the learning stops. I'll tell you that much. And that is the quickest way to build your confidence, is to ask a lot of questions, to educate yourself, to read, to watch videos, to um, just do the research, do the footwork, and not be afraid to be wrong. Like I said, failure was my greatest lesson. I remember times when I was probably about to be fired, but it was also during the recession in 2008, where they kind of framed it as a layoff. So in terms of that, that worked in my favor. But I remember working as a new transaction coordinator, but they also had me as the front desk admin. So if anyone ever tries to make you do both jobs, whether it's front desk, TCing, marketing, social media, those are all separate jobs. I don't recommend you doing both unless it's at like a small scale, like you're doing less than maybe 5 transactions, to be honest, because it's a lot of work and you're being pulled in so many different directions that my ego was telling me that I could do all of it at once, but the results were a different story. Agents were not happy with my work. They were complaining constantly, and it wasn't all of them. It was some of them that were just used to being catered to a certain way, especially when they were working with their previous transaction coordinators, um, which can really deflate your mood and just really kill the vibe. And hurt your confidence when you're constantly being told that you're not good at your job. And it's at those points where you're either going to be honest with yourself and say, hey, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me. I should probably try something else. Or you take it as, you know, you take it for what it is, and you learn from it, and you take the proper steps to get better. Whether that's as a transaction coordinator or you moved on to a whole different career. Um, you know what your weaknesses are. Maybe you need to take an assessment test, do a SWOT analysis, disc test, whatever it is that you need to do to understand who you are as an employee. These are things I still do. You should do them often. Every 6 months, every year, every few years. We grow, we evolve, our needs, our wants, our desires, they change. And when it comes to being more confident, that's all in just learning yourself, learning your industry. What also helped build my confidence in this real estate game is getting my license. I'll tell you this much. It took me 3 attempts to get my real estate license. The first time I was messing around. I was like, oh, let me just go take this test, see what it's like. The company paid for it, so I wasn't too worried about it. Second time, I was like, all right, let me put some effort into this and actually study. But I didn't study as much as I should have. I failed. I missed it by like a couple of points. And then the third time, locked myself in a room for 2 weeks, took everything I knew, downloaded apps, read the books. I did everything. Thankfully, I passed. Then I got certified as a transaction coordinator. That helped. So all of that to say, confidence stems from knowledge. So whatever it is that you're looking to get into as a career, whether it's a realtor, a transaction coordinator, hairstylist, whatever it may be, do the work and learn the industry. Ask a lot of questions. I'm telling you. Do not be ashamed to ask a lot of questions, because that's going to be a pin in your roadmap where you're going to go back and be like, oh yeah, so-and-so told me I should do it this way because they made a mistake and did it that way, right? Like I wanted to shorten your journey up so you can have more time to do other things. So you don't spend years making the same mistakes that I did. So those are just a few tips that I wanted to pass along to you guys. Let me know if you want a part 2 to this. I love talking about this stuff. I love pumping people up, energizing them. So with all of that said, my camera is about to go out. So